Hi, my name is Phil and a warm welcome to Festool TV. When working with circular profiles such as this handrail, it can present certain challenges when it comes to jointing the material at an angle. I could use a handrail bolt or we can use a traditional circular dowel, but these present challenges. They're not quick, easy or simple to work with. But when working with the domino jointing system and also the handrail fence, it means that I can create a joint very quickly and easily with this type of machine. So I have an angle cut on here, but I also have a domino positioned in the middle. And this gives me a quick, easy, simple joint to work with. It also gives me a joint which is very, very strong. And when the two go together, it also means I eliminate any chance of this twisting while in use. So the next stage is to show you how we can set the domino up to work and also to cut this type of joint. So we can work with the DF 500 and also this accessory fence. And on the underside here we have this little V shape, and it means that my material can sit securely in the correct position. The next stage is to fit this onto the front fence of the domino machine, and then we can squeeze this forward, and there's two clamps. Bring these over to the centre, and then we can attach the fence onto the machine very, very quickly. Of course, if we're using this for an application such as hand railing, we have to deal with angles. And on the side of the domino machine here, we have a series of angles we can choose from. So I can set the angle, but a very quick and easy way to set the machine up is to undo the clamp in this position. I can take some of the material I'd be working with that already has the angle cut on here. So in this example, it's at 15 degrees. We can position the material onto the fence, and then we can angle the fence back up and then bring it down into position. And as soon as that's done, we can then tighten up the clamp. I know that the material is in exactly the right position because I've got a good surface contact all the way along this line here, and it then means that it's going to be held centrally. So the next stage is to make sure that when we put the domino into the material, the cutter comes in exactly the middle of where we're working. So we can undo the clamp on the right hand side, and then we can adjust the height of the fence, and this will in turn adjust exactly where the domino is going to be positioned. So I can take the material I'm working with, I can see exactly where the domino needs to be positioned, and then we can tighten up the clamp on the side. So that's now in exactly the right place. So when we're working, we're going to be using an 8 by 40 millimeter domino. I want to go 20 millimeters into each part of the material I'm working with. And of course on here, we can now adjust exactly the depth of cut that we achieve. So I can bring this lever forward onto the 20 millimeter mark. So now the DF 500 domino jointer is set to cut for a 8 by 40 millimeter domino onto exactly the right position with this material. So the next stage is to switch the machine on, and we can make the two cuts and we can join our material together. So we can put the domino into the joint we've just cut, and then I can use the opposite profile on this side, and very quickly, easily and efficiently we've managed to create a joint with circular material using the Domino DF 500. So I hope this helped your understanding of how to work with the domino jointing system and this type of circular profile material, and we'll look at some other applications in the next series of videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.